Good morning, everyone. Yes. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Aniket Agarwal, and I have prepared a small seminar on the concept of conditional probability and Bayes theorem. So, we'll see the concept of conditional probability and how it is an important part of Bayes theorem. Okay. So, I am from Mechanical Engineering Department from second year. So, let's start the concept of conditional probability. Okay, so I have shared my screen. Hope it's visible. Okay, so mainly what conditional probability deals with. Suppose we are given with two events, let it be A and B. Now it is asked to find the probability of event A when event B has already been occurred. Given B has already been occurred. So let us take an example where we roll at we roll two dice. Okay, so there are total 36 outcomes which will get after rolling a two dice. So what if it is asked to find the probability of getting number one in one dice, given that the other given that the number 6 appears on the other dice. Okay, so what we have done, uh, we have shrink down the sample space, giving that number 6 appears on the other side, other dice. So what will the total number of outcomes? So for number 6 appearing on one dice, what will be the what are the outcomes? Like 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6, 6 6. Okay, and 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5, 6 6. That are the total number of outcomes, out of which appearing one on one dice and 6 on other dice, there are only two outcomes. That is 1 comma 6 and 6 comma 1. Okay, out of 36. So what will be the probability? That will be 2 by 6, 2 by 36, sorry, 2 by 36. And probability of getting 6 on one dice. What is the probability of getting 6 on one dice? That is 1 comma 6, 2 comma 6, 3 comma 6, 4 comma 6, 5 comma 6. Okay, 6 comma 6, that's 6 outcomes, and 6 comma 1, 7 outcomes. So 7 by 36, that will be 2 by 7 we will get. So that is what conditional probability deals with. We will be given with an event A, and we are asked to calculate the event probability of event B, given event A has already been occurred. So let us see the definition of conditional probability. We have considered two events A and B, as I explained. Conditional probability refers to a situation where we have to calculate we have to calculate the probability of event occurrence of event A, given that event B has already been occurred. So how to denote this situation mathematically? This is the expression through which we can denote the this expression. This we denote the above situation like this. This expression means probability of event A, given that event B has already been occurred. Okay, so let us draw the Venn diagram to get this concept clearly. So we have two events, given event A, this event A, and given this is event B. This is the total sample space through which okay, total whatever you can. Okay, so here it is given that event B has already been occurred. So probability of event B, sorry, probability of event A, given that event B has already been occurred, will be this much, this area, because event B has already been occurred and probability of getting event A will be this area only. Okay, so this expression can be deduced to P of A intersection B. Probability of event A given event by total number of outcomes. So since event B has already been occurred, so total number of outcomes will be probability of B. Okay. Now probability of A intersection B by probability of B. Now let us do a question to understand the concept uh, clearly. In this question, it is given that there is a candy factory that has two production houses. Okay, mainly in Cleveland and Hoxtown. A table is given. This candy factory produces in six different colors, namely orange, yellow, green, blue, brown, and red. Okay, so in a packet of in a candy packet, there are 13 red candies, 20 orange candies, 14 yellow, 20 green, 20 blue, and 13 brown. So in a there are 100 candies in a packet with these colors. And the production plant of Hoxtown produces in a packet where there are 12 red candies, 25 orange candies, 13 yellow candies, and 13 green, 25 blue, and 12 brown candies as it is given in the table, and that sum up to 100 candies. Okay, so we have calculated the total number of red and whatsoever. Now the first question is, it is asked to find the probability. Let me zoom into this. It is asked to find the probability that the candy is orange. The candy, we take out a candy and we have to find the probability of getting an orange candy given that it is from Hoxton plant. The packet, the candy packet is from Hoxton plant. It is given, but we have to calculate the probability of getting an orange candy from this packet. So here we will use the concept of conditional probability. Since a condition is given, an event has already been occurred, and according to that we have to calculate the and accordingly we have to calculate the probability of other event which is dependent on this event. Okay, so probability of getting an orange candy which is given from Hoxtown plant is intersection, as we have seen in the previous formula, intersection of event A and B. Okay, this overlapped region. So here also we have to calculate the region, the probability of getting an orange through Hoxton. Now when we go through the table, what we see here is the candy which is orange and from Hoxton plant is 25. Okay, the number of candies that are orange and from Hoxton plant is 25 out of 200. Total number of candies are 200 in the sample space. Okay, so we have written here 25 out of 200. Okay, okay, 25 out of 200. Now uh, probability of candy that is from Hoxtown production plant will be 100. Total number of candies produced in Hoxtown are 100 out of 200. Okay, so we have written here, that is after cancelling out the 200 from numerator and denominator, what we get 25 by 100, which uh, which the value is 0.25. We get the value 0.25 of this. Okay, so what so the probability that the candy is orange given that it is from Hoxton plant is 0.25. Okay, now when we reverse out the situation, that is we have to find the probability of the candy is from Hoxton given that it is orange. Okay, so again the number of candies that is from Hoxtown and orange, that is from Hoxtown, and orange is again 25 out of 200 candies produced from both the power plants. Okay, so probability of getting a candy from Hoxton power plant, given that it is orange, is 25 by 200. Now, probability of getting an orange candy. What is the probability of getting an orange candy? What are the total number of orange candies? I have to zoom it again. What is the probability of getting an orange candy? We have 45 orange candies out of 1 second. Hello. Okay. So, uh, the total number of orange candies are 45 out of 200 candies. Okay. So, probability of getting an orange candy will be 45 out of 200. So that leads out by 25 out of 45. That is 5 by 9. Okay. So the probability of getting the probability of getting the candies from Hoxtown plant, given that the candy's origin is 5 by 9. That is simple. Okay. Now we'll jump on to Bayes theorem. How Bayes theorem, the importance of Bayes theorem is how it relates different given conditional probabilities. Its beauty lies in that only, how it relates different conditional probabilities. So to get the expression of Bayes theorem, first of all we know that using conditional probability, probability of event A, given that B has already been occurred, is P of A intersection B by P of B. We only know, we have already seen conditional probability through Venn diagram. Now similarly, probability of event B, given event A has already been occurred, is probability of B intersection A by probability of A. Now we know that probability of A intersection B and probability of B intersection will be same, because uh, this, let me zoom into this region. If we call this region as A intersection B or B intersection A, this region is same. This region, the area, or the what we say, the total number of favorable outcomes will not change. So we will substitute the value of A and B intersection A, P of B intersection A, with P of A given B into P of B. Okay. P of A given B by P of B into P of B by P of A. This is the expression of Bayes theorem. This is what Bayes theorem is. It relates different conditional probabilities, which makes very easier to uh, get the information, to find the probability of given event. Okay. So let us see an example to understand the Bayes theorem, importance of Bayes theorem. Here in this question, we are given with two buckets, namely B1 and B2. Okay. So in the bucket B1, we have 3 blue balls and 3 yellow balls, and in bucket B2 we have 2 blue balls and 4 yellow balls, as it's shown. Okay. Now it is suppose I tell you to randomly pick a ball, and the ball is blue. Okay, you pick a ball and the ball is blue. Okay, suppose I tie a cloth in your eyes and I told you to pick a ball, and you picked one, and you find out that, and you later you find out that the ball is blue. Okay, Now what is the probability that the blue ball is from bucket b1? Okay, since you have not seen, so if I asked you what is the probability of getting this blue ball is from bucket b1, so how you will calculate? Okay, now here we will see how we use Bayes theorem. Let we take a variable a, take a event a, okay, which this event is for selecting a blue ball. Okay, selecting a blue ball is event a. B1 is selecting a bucket b1, and b2 is selecting bucket b2. Okay, so probability of getting a blue ball from bucket b1. Okay, if I told you to get a ball from pick a ball from bucket b1, so what will be the probability? 1 by 2, because there are 3 blue balls and 3 yellow balls out of 6, so equally likely outcomes are there. So the probability of getting a blue ball from bucket b1 is 1 by 2. Now when I ask you to calculate the probability of getting a blue ball from bucket b2, okay, so there are 2 blue balls and 4 yellow balls, so probability of getting a blue ball from bucket uh, b2 will be 2 by 6, that is 1 by 3. Okay, now choosing a bucket out of 2 will be 1 by 2. We are given with 2 buckets, we are asked to find out the we are asked to choose a bucket, so probability of choosing a bucket will be 1 by 2. It is similar to tossing a coin. If we toss a coin, getting a heads will be half, probability of getting a tail will be half, that will be same. So probability of getting b1 and b2 is half. Okay, let me erase this part, this is not equal to sign, I will make this equal to sign. One second, what's the problem? Hmm. Okay, so probability of getting a ball b2, let me zoom. A probability of choosing a bucket out of 2 will be 1 by 2, similar to tossing of a coin. Okay, now what will be probability of getting a blue ball? That is by normally we consider probability of getting a blue ball from bucket b1 and probability of getting a blue ball from bucket b2, and we will sum those up. So on adding both, we'll get the probability of getting a blue ball. So probability of getting a blue ball from bucket 1 will be P of A given B1 into P of B1 using conditional probability. What this expression means, probability of getting a blue ball and from bucket B1. Okay, that using conditional probability we will write the expression like this, and similarly probability of getting a blue ball and from bucket 2 using conditional probability we have written the expression like this. So we know that P of A given B1 is half from the above. Okay, similarly probability of B1 is 1 by 2. Now probability of A given B2 is 1/3 and probability of B2 is half. So that will be 1 by 4 plus 1 by 6, that is 5 by 12. Okay, now we have to calculate probability of uh, that the blue ball is from bucket 1 given uh, that it is a blue ball. So writing that mathematically, we will write P of B1 given that A, event A, is P of A B1 into P of B1 by P of A using Bayes theorem. So what is P of A B1? P of A given it is from P of probability of getting a blue ball from bucket 1, it is 1 by 2. Okay, and probability of choosing a bucket is 1 by 2. We have calculated earlier. And probability of getting a blue ball is 5 by 12. Okay, so this leads out to be 3 by 5. We have used here Bayes theorem. So probability of getting a suppose if I choose a blue ball, and probability that the ball is from bucket B1 will be 3 by 5. So that's all that I have prepared for conditional probability and Bayes theorem. I hope that you have understood the concept of conditional probability and Bayes theorem. So thank you.